Welcome to another monthly portfolio update. If you are stopping by for the first time, please do me a favor, subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. In this video, I'll share with you how much I invested in my taxable account in October, the number of shares that I bought, and the value of my portfolio at the end of October. But as always, before I continue, a quick disclaimer. The information that I'm sharing is not financial advice. Before you invest in anything, please do your own research and make sure that you only invest in things that you understand. With that being said, I will dive right into my portfolio update. I will start with a quick recap of my September portfolio to show you the value of the portfolio and the number of shares that I had before the beginning of October. The total value of my portfolio at the end of September was $49,707.68. $49,635 was the market value of my investments, and $72.68 was the cash amount. At the end of September, my portfolio was up to $2,611.73. This was plus 5.55%. These are my holdings: 2 Vanguard ETFs and the 2 BlackRock ETFs. VCN is a Vanguard ETF that tracks the entire Canadian market, and I had 82 shares of VCN at the end of September. VFV is a Vanguard S&P 500 Index ETF, the Canadian version of VOO. I had 250 shares of VFV at the end of September. XEQT is a BlackRock ETF. This is an all-in-one equity ETF which holds Canadian equities, US equities, developed market equities outside North America, and the emerging market equities. And I had 420 shares of XEQT at the end of September. XUU is also a BlackRock ETF that tracks the US total stock market, and I had 226 shares of XUU at the end of September. I will now show you how much I invested in October and the number of shares that I bought. I bought 2 shares of VCN. The cost per share was $39.69. The total cost, $79.37. This is 12% of the amount that I invested in October. I bought 2 shares of VFV. The cost per share was $105.15. The total cost, $210.29. This is 31% of the amount that I invested in October. I bought 5 shares of XEQT. The cost per share was $25.68. The total cost, $128.40. This is 19% of the amount that I invested in October. I bought 6 shares of XUU. The cost per share was $43.40. The total cost, $260.37. And this is 38% of the amount that I invested in October. In total, I bought 15 shares, all the ETFs combined. And the total amount that I invested was $678.43. This is $42.59 more than the amount that I invested in September. As you can see here, in September, I invested $635.84. And in October, $678.43. The difference is $42.59. The total equity of my portfolio at the end of October was $49,950.61. $49,949.80 was the market value of my investments, and 81 cents was the cash amount. At the end of October, my portfolio was up at $2,248.10. This is plus 4.71%. As of October the 31st, I had 84 shares of VCN, 252 shares of VFV, 425 shares of XEQT, and 232 shares of XUU. All right, let's now take a look at some quick details about each of the positions. I will start with VCN. The closing market price on October the 31st was $38.45. The quantity of shares that I had, 84. The average price, $40.39. The book value, which is how much I have invested in VCN, was $3,393.27. The market value was $3,229.80. This was 6.47% of my portfolio. VCN was down $163.47, or 4.82%. Next, we have VFV. The closing market price on October the 31st was $103.19. The quantity of shares that I had, 252. The average price, $95.94. The book value was $24,177.81. The market value was $26,003.88. This was 52.06% of my portfolio. VFV was up $1,826.07, or 7.55%. Then we have XEQT. The closing market price on October the 31st was $25.32. The quantity of shares that I had, 425. The average price, $25.14. The book value was $10,686.98. and the market value was at $10,761. This was 21.54% of my portfolio. XEQT was up $74.02, or 0.69%. Finally, we have XUU. The closing market price on October the 31st was $42.91. The quantity of shares that I had, 232. The average price, $40.70. The book value was $9,443.64. And the market value was $9,955.12. This was 19.93% of my portfolio. XUU was up $511.48, or 5.42%. At the beginning of October, my portfolio was up 5.55%, but it ended the month 4.71%. This is a decline of almost 1%, 0.84% to be precise. Actually, the decline that started in August continued all the way to the end of October. If you take the S&P 500, in August it fell 1.70%. In September, it fell 4.87%. And in October, it was down 2.20%. This brings the year-to-date return of the S&P 500 to 9.23%. As for the TSX, the Toronto Stock Exchange, it did way worse than the S&P 500 or the US indices in general. In October, the TSX erased all the 2023 gains. October was particularly a tough month for the financial sector, which represents almost 1/3 of the TSX. According to some analysts, the Canadian economy may already have entered a recession, but this is yet to be confirmed by Statistics Canada. Anyway, we will see how the economy behaves for the rest of 2023 and whether we are already in a recession or not. Personally, I will stay the course, and as long as I have income, I will keep investing consistently and focus on the long term. Alright, feel free to leave a comment below. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time with another update. Peace out.